We recognize you, Mheshimiwa Alice, na rais wetu asante sana kwa kumpea kazi ya waziri. Mheshimiwa Rais, tukifanya hii kazi yetu pale bunge, and especially the work I do in the budget committee, you have told us categorically, and we have done it, that even as you look at the other areas of development, that your agenda number one is education, because it is education that makes Yes Owalo become a CS, that makes Dede Nyoro be where he is, and the other leaders. Na Mheshimiwa Rais, sio kusema tu, umesema tufanye kwa vitendo. A third of our budget, which is precisely 630 billion, umetuambia tuweke katika elimu. Na katika hiyo pesa, you told us to double the allocation for JSS capitation from 15 billion to almost 30 billion. Mheshimiwa Rais, you also doubled the allocation to Higher Education Loans Board up to 30 billion and changed the arithmetic of our tertiary education instead of grants into supporting through sponsorships, which will touch those people who are actually not able to proceed to tertiary education. Mheshimiwa Rais, naongea kwa haraka kwa sababu nataka kukapcha hiyo point pia. Secondly, after masomo, ukatuambia kabla tuende kwa kazi, mtu anapita the transition between schooling and knowledge and the experience part. And Mheshimiwa Rais, wewe uninipigia simu na ukaniambia tuweke double allocation for the pesa ile tunapeana ya internship through Public Service Commission. And Mheshimiwa Rais, these graduates will be graduating, the fresh graduates. We are going to hire 8,000 to 10,000 graduates 1 year on a stipend of 25,000 under the leadership of His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. Na Mheshimiwa Rais, ndio sasa wakitoka internship wapate kazi. Umeweka kazi za digital, maneno ya fiber. Umeweka kazi katika aggregation centers, where Murang'A is one of the beneficiaries. You are putting in 250 million. It is already in the budget. And our governor, I'm sure he will announce the other counterpart funding. Mheshimiwa Rais, you have also put money for 6 EPZs. And tunakushukuru sana kama watu wa Murang'A. Because out of those 6 EPZs, Mheshimiwa Rais, where you have allocated $500 million, with a promise to allocate another $500 million. One of them is in Murang'A, around Del Monte area. Mheshimiwa Rais, tunashukuru. Mheshimiwa Rais, maneno ya CDF ndio nataka nitaje hapo ya mwisho nikimalizia. Ukingangana na maneno hii ingine yote ya masomo, pia nakushukuru. By the close of the financial year, you had released up to the last cent of NGCDF. You had also released up to the last shilling of the county government allocation. Mheshimiwa Rais, mimi sijigambi, lakini ni vizuri nikueleze kwa ufupi vile CDF imefanya Kiharu. We have 112 public primary schools, Mheshimiwa Rais. All of them, including ile iko hapa chini inaitwa Ignatius Murai. Ingine iko hapa juu inaitwa Kiomo. Ingine iko huko chini Gatondo, kule Bariahiti, kule Getiri, kule Kiagodho, kule Kifoi, kule Kiayata, kule Kioba, kule Dutumi, kule Kamaguta, kule Keyu, kule Mudhiria. Shule zote za Mugoiri Ward na za Kiharu zikiwa zote, Mheshimiwa Rais, tumerekebisha, zinakaa academy na zote 100% watoto wanakanyaga tiles hapa chini. Mheshimiwa Rais, this year, actually last time, we also started new 8 public secondary schools. Moja iko hapa chini inaitwa Gitaro Primary, tumetengeneza ingine Kiaderi pale kwa kina Matiba, tumetengeneza ingine Loko 20 pahali wacha nisitaje majina kwa sababu ya muda. But we have done 8 new secondary schools. Mheshimiwa Rais, what we do here in Kiharu is we do something called labor-based. We don't give contracts. The contractors are the people of Kiharu. Mheshimiwa Rais, by doing that, every shilling remains in the locality. Hapa sasa this term, my second term, through your guidance, Mheshimiwa Rais, we have started a program called Kiharu Masomo Bora program. And I want to assure you, Mheshimiwa Rais, all our 60 day schools in Kiharu, ukiingia kama wewe ni mwanafunzi, karo in every term is only 1,000 shillings. Na wale wako na tuition, tumeweka isipite 1,000. So karo ya day school Kiharu ni 1,000 in all our day schools. Na tumefungua milango tukasema, hata constituency jirani, Mtoto akivuka akuje hapa, hata kama mzazi anapigia kura kwingine, mtoto hajui maneno ya kura, anajua maneno ya masomo. Anasoma Kiharu na 1000. Mheshimiwa Rais, I want to appreciate your mentorship and guidance. Ya mwisho, Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa hii locality, nitakuuliza kitu kidogo tu. Hii barabara ya kutoka Murang'A kwenda mpaka inashikana na Nyoka. Barabara inaitwa Nyoka. Na kuuliza kwa heshima, it is a very good road sandwiched between two Kenha roads. This road is at Kenha. I request you that this road is at Kera, but sandwiched as a loop between two Kenha roads. I request you that we move this road from Kera to Irete Kenha ikuwe maintained at the highway standards. Mheshimiwa Rais, hiyo itajumuisha ile kazi mingi umefanya hapa, yenye sitaki kutaja kwa sababu ya muda. Mheshimiwa Rais, Father PSI ambaye ni wa hii diocese ako hapa. Simama Father. Huyo Father ni rafiki yako na hii kanisa ndio inasupport hii shule. Na kuuliza kwa heshima, wako na 7 bishop unajua tunanunua pale Kiagodho. Ukipata kitu unitume, tusupport hiyo kanisa na tutashukuru. Na ukanyagia hapo maneno ya maandamano, Mheshimiwa Rais, tumesema hakuna maandamano Kenya. Hawa watoto tunawafunza maneno mzuri ya kuenda mbele, kuwatengenezea maneno ya kazi na masomo. Na wale ambao wanafikiria kuna time ya maandamano, I hope by now you have seen that huyu president sio wa kutisha. Na pia our security forces, police wetu, na washukuru sana for your patriotism, for your professionalism. Na mimi nataka kuuliza, ile task force ilikuwa formed ya kuangalia maslahi ya polisi wetu, waharakisha hiyo kazi, tuongeze polisi wetu mshahara kwa sababu wanafanya kazi mzuri ya kuprotect mali ya umma na kusimamisha maandamano. Nikikaa chini, hawa wanafunzi najua wanaita kitu wanaitwa special meal. Hata sasa naona wameamka wote. Mimi nikiangalia hapa naona nyinyi wote sasa mumeamka. Ama special meal imetosha? Chairman ametaja sijui ya nani mpaka ya rais na DP. Hata kama najua hii ni national school na watu wengi tuna address ni wa the entire nation. Kwa sababu hii shule pia ni yetu, iko hapa Kiharu. Mimi nikauliza mwalimu mkuu akuje, tafadhali haraka. Mimi nimaliza maneno yangu ya special school, ya special meal. Ndio tuachie rais wetu maneno ya hall na maneno ya bus na maneno ile kubwa zaidi. Mimi ni kama mtu kadogo hapa chini, mniulize ya chakula. Kwa sababu rais yako aongee hiyo maneno yote kubwa, au sio? So mimi nitapea mwalimu wetu hapa my special meal kidogo 500,000. Na hiyo mwalimu tumekubaliana isinunue kitabu na isiweke kabro na isiweke dining hall. Hiyo pahali itajenga ni tubu peke yake. Sasa Mheshimiwa Rais, nikitaka niite governor wetu, Mheshimiwa Governor Irungu Kang'ata. Karibu sana governor wetu.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, the Cabinet Secretary in charge of Education, Cabinet Secretary in charge of Water, Honorable Alice, one of our own, the Majority Leader in the Senate and in the National Assembly, our Bishop, various leaders from Murang'A, led by our Senator, our Women Rep and members of Parliament, the leadership of the Assembly led by the Speaker and the Majority Leader, the school management, including the Chief Principal, and the distinguished students of the greatest school in Kenya called Mugwiri Girls. How are you? Let me first acknowledge that, Your Excellency, this is one of our best schools in Murang'A, and I strongly believe in the Republic of Kenya. For several reasons. Number one, it performs very well academically. Last year, when you look at the year KCSE, It was among the very few schools that improved their mid-grade by 0.5 mark. That was excellent. Secondly, it is a school that molds our girls in very good character. I can attest to that because my wife was a student here, and definitely I can attest it's a good school. I only want to apologize. I have heard the nominated MP from Kangema, that is Veronica Maina, say she discourages child marriage, and that's very good. Only that she was my friend when she was Form 4, almost getting her, but nothing bad happened, Your Excellence. But I'm proud that since the year 2008 up to now, she remains the only wife that I have. And therefore, I want to attest, this is a school that builds very good character, and we are so proud of this school. And secondly, it's a school that has grown very well in terms of infrastructure. When I came here, I was so surprised. This looks like a very, 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 very good school in terms of infrastructure. Congratulations, the management of Mugweri Girls. Yeah. And therefore, allow me also on behalf of Murang'A people to endorse all the requests that they have made to you, Your Excellence. Please accede to those requests. This is going to be a very great school once those requests are acceded. Your Excellence, you sent us governors to go and fulfill our agendas, Your Excellence. That has been your clarion call. And based on that instruction that you gave us, Murang'A government had 4 promises that we had made to the people of Murang'A. Number 1, it was on health. We want to report to you, we have introduced a special card, which is an arrangement between Murang'A County and the NHIF, where we give special and unique benefits to the people of Murang'A. And currently, that NHIF scheme has 20,000 households. In the next year, we want to upscale that to 30,000 households. We also found that in the year 2015, an amendment was made to CDF Act, barring CDF from doing devolved functions. Therefore, members of parliament abandoned several health centers. We are doing an agenda to ensure all abandoned health centers have been completed. We are happy to report we are towards achieving that goal to ensure we complete our renovations of various dispensaries. We're also renovating our level 4 hospitals. We have 7 of them, and we are happy because that's what we promised the people of Murang'A. Secondly, Your Excellence, you had urged us as county governments to implement a minimum guaranteed return. We want to report that we introduce it for mangoes and also for milk farmers. Currently, for milk, we have 19,000 farmers who every month they receive a certain subsidy per month directly sent to them. And therefore, milk production has almost doubled in Murang'A because of implementing that major promise you told us. Thirdly, Your Excellence, in terms of education, it is unfortunate the Constitution provides we only deal with early childhood education, the nurseries. But we are happy to report that we have renovated through a scheme called Community Projects 126 new ECDs to make them look good. And secondly, we are giving 42,000 ECD pupils every day free feeding program in terms of Uji every day. And that is what was a promise you told us to fulfill. Finally, Your Excellence, we have unveiled a program called Smart City. The idea is that the county governments may not be able to tarmac all roads. It's very expensive. But if you were to do targeted programs targeting our urban centers, there will be a better return on investments. And therefore, based on that, we have been able to tarmac 8 markets in the entire county of Murang'A. I will finish by thanking you on a single issue called automation. We believe the best legacy we leave to the people of Murang'A is to automate our services. That way you make a government that is clean, that is efficient, and you reduce corruption. And of course, we have automated revenue streams, but there is one partnership that we have done with the Minister of Health. And we want, on behalf of Murang'A, please tell her thank you, together with your government. Murang'A Level 5 Hospital is now the only Level 5 hospital in the Republic of Kenya that is fully automated in terms of services. You only need to go with your ID. You access all your services. And after you are done, the record is kept in your mobile phone. And that would not have been possible were it not for the positive relationship we have with your national government. Maybe the only agencies would urge you to tell them to do a little bit better are the ROSE agencies, that is Kenha, Kura, and Kera, because there are some areas that we are still struggling to agree on them on how to move our county forward. So without much ado, allow me to take this opportunity to welcome the Deputy President of the Republic of yes, the Minister in charge of Education, that is Mr. Mashogu, and we are happy for your good work. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, the Deputy President, Your Excellency, the Governor, the members of Parliament present, the Majority Leader in the Senate, the Majority Leader in the National Assembly, the Chairman of the Board of Management, my colleagues, the Cabinet Secretaries, Aris Wahome, my brother Uwaro, and all of us, the parents and the students, good morning, good afternoon. Your Excellency, last month, I had a meeting with the Form 4s of this school in Simastea, and we did agree that I was to come here sometime, but you have come ahead of me. Umekuwa mbio, lazima nitafuata nitimishe ile agano ambayo tulifanya na watoto. And Your Excellency, the time we had a meeting with the Form 4s, that time, we did agree that they were going to improve their academic performance. And in a very special way, Your Excellency, I want to thank the principal of this school and the chairman, because for the last 3 years, there has been a tremendous improvement in academics in this particular school, because way back, we had a mean score of 7.0, and last year, the mean score of this particular school was 8.7. And when I met the Form 4s last month at Simastea, they gave me an assurance that this year it will be 9. But again, as I came discussing with the teachers and the Form 4s, this morning, Your Excellency, before you came, they said they are encouraged and properly motivated with your coming, and now it will not be 9, it will have to be more than 10. Si wanafunzi mulisema hivyo? Si mulisema hivyo? Your Excellency, apart from this being a symbol of holistic academic excellency, they have also done very well in extracurricular activities. And one of the games that is in the school that we are encouraging is basketball. Muko na basketball? And Your Excellency, your administration has done very well, because last year we got 5 million for this particular school, and from Murang'A County as a whole, we were able to give 137 million to the different schools in Murang'A, and the chair budget knows the percentage of that. So when you got the percentage, we actually did very well. We want to thank you, Your Excellency, because the total allocation given the education sector this particular year is such that it has never happened in this country ever since independence. Because we have 630 billion, which is 29% of the total budget of this country, and there before, the percentage that we used to have, the highest was 26%. We also thank you, Your Excellency, for the 56,000 teachers, and we assure you, Your Excellency, that there will be equity. The sacred mandate that you have given us, we will make sure that there is prudent management of the resources given the Ministry, Your Excellency. With those remarks, Your Excellency, I want to recognize my brothers and colleagues. We have Erio Dowaro, ICT CS, and Your Excellency, we are partnering the TVET institution here. We have given the 100 computers, and the Member of Parliament can be able to confirm that. I will invite my sister, the CS who comes from this area, Alice Wahome, for a minute to make her remarks, and then from there I will be able to invite His Excellency the Deputy President. Welcome, Madam.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, your Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, Bishop James Maria, my good friend for a long time, the Governor Murang'A County, my colleagues and the members of Parliament led by our two majority leaders, all protocols observed. Wasichana, warembo, Mugoiri girls, habari zenu? How are you? Mambo? Mambo? Si mko na rais leo? Thank you very much. Your Excellency, I understand the constraint on time. Thank you for the opportunity. It would be wrong for a woman leader, a cabinet secretary, and I want to acknowledge the members of Parliament, the women leaders from this county, just start once again so that we can actually, kina Veronica Mukoapi, just start so that the girls here, there is Betty, Wamaua, Nataka, Hawa, Wapigiwe, Makofi. I want to just encourage the girls that ahead, please sit down. Ahead, there is room, there is space for women leadership. Your Excellency, in this particular county, it would have been wrong if I didn't come here to just, Your Excellency, remind you, and particularly the people of Murang'A, that we have several projects of water. One of those projects, Your Excellency, and you know it very well, is Idanga Water Supply, which is 1 billion Kenya shillings. We have Keno Makutano, Your Excellency, Water and Sewerage System, which is 900 million shillings. We have Gatanga Community Water Supply, 320 million shillings. We have here Madhioya Keharo combined project of about 270 million shillings, and that project is operational. Then we have Maragua Town, where Mheshimiwa Maua is serving as the MP. We have planned 15 kilometers of water distribution from Maragua Dam, which is just new and completed. And then finally, Your Excellency, you will maybe possibly speak about Maragua 4, which you have directed that it becomes one of the priority dams among the 6 PIP projects, a very huge dam that will answer the problem of water for Maragua, Kandara, Kegumo, Gatanga, and Kandara. Maragua 4 in the long term will be the solution. There was a request regarding Boho. Your Excellency, this is your meeting. I am at your service. I will go in respect of what you will advise. In fact, Mwaora should have made use of my office before, but now that Your Excellency is here, I think I will take your directions regarding a Boho for this particular school. And this is a school that I had wanted to come, lakini mambo hivi kaenda vibaya 1 point or 2. So the new proposals by our cabinet secretary, Your Excellency, would have helped me even going forward for purposes of university. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Your Excellency, kindly with your permission, under 1 minute, because we have the top leadership of our National Assembly and the Senate here. Please, Kimani Ichung'wa, 1 minute. And yes, please, 1 minute only.
Thank you, CS. Your Excellency, the President and our Deputy President, na watu wa Mugoiri Girls, good afternoon. Asante. Your Excellency, mimi sina mengi because of time. just to welcome you to this great school. And as the governor said, he was not the only lucky one. I know quite a number of members of parliament and other friends who have benefited from the intellect that comes from this great school of Mugoiri Girls. Your Excellency, let me just say you are a great inspiration to these young ones, not just in this school but in our nation, when they see you today serving as the President of the Republic of Kenya, and even affording time to come and spend time with them on a day like this. You inspire them to know that they can grow to be anything that we want to grow into after their studies, after working hard in school. Your Excellency, you serving us as the President of the Republic of Kenya, having come from the humble background that you came from, and knowing that hundreds or millions of our school-going children, especially those who are in our public schools, all come from humble backgrounds like the one that you came from, together with our Deputy President, and many of us, Your Excellency, is indeed a great inspiration. Your Excellency, in conclusion, your presence here today in a school environment signifies the kind of peace and tranquility that Kenya is enjoying today. And I must take this opportunity to thank you for having ensured that the people of Kenya continue to enjoy the peace and tranquility that they prayed for even as they went into elections, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, I know our police force has been vilified for the actions that they have had to take to ensure that there is peace and our country, law and order thrives. But I want to encourage you that the task force, Your Excellency, that you appointed to look into the welfare of our officers, to hasten in the work that they are doing so that our police officers in this country are well taken care of. Well taken care of as well as they took care of the lives and property of Kenyans during these last 3 days when those who are engaging in subversive activities tried to interfere with the peace and law and order of our country, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, let me also take this opportunity to ask those investigative agencies that are in charge of investigations, and I know even those of us in the Fourth Estate, we are very quick to vilify our police officers, but we fail to recognize that there are criminal elements that have taken advantage of the demonstrations that were called by those in the opposition. And we have seen even armed groups engaging our police officers with arms. Honorable, Your Excellency, Mr. President, the day before yesterday in Kangemi, there was a group that fired at police officers. And we are lost at what the police are expected to do when criminals using firearms are firing at police officers in the disguise of demonstrations. Our police officers must be firm to maintain law and order, and we must continue encouraging them. And we ask the investigative agencies to make sure that the criminal elements that have penetrated this demonstration, Honorable Speaker, as those who have called for the demonstrations, we hear they call for the demonstrations, and together with their families, some have gone to Mombasa on holiday, others are in Dubai, others are in London, as they leave young people to be battered in the streets and to fight with the policemen in the streets, Honorable Speaker. You know, Honorable Mr. President, Your Excellency, you know we are used to addressing the Speaker in Parliament. So you should have said point of order, Mr. President, and I would have resumed. So, Your Excellency the President, being the Commander-in-Chief, I want to encourage you that do not relent in safeguarding the peace and security of our country. And nobody should intimidate our officers who have done a splendid job in maintaining law and order. With those many remarks, Your Excellency, allow me to now invite the Leader of Majority in the Senate, my brother Aaron Cheruiyot.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the President, Deputy President, leaders,
and the girls of Mugoiri, and the whole school community. Naomba niwasalimu wote hamjambo. Well, Your Excellency, I have a very difficult task because the closer we get to you speaking, those of us that are speaking here, the more time we take, maybe you are standing between us and the Scania bus for the school. So we'll try and be very brief so that we don't take a lot of time. Secondly, Your Excellency, is just to congratulate this school because of the stellar story that we've had the opportunity to read and learn of the growth, your growth as an institution, and the tremendous work that you continue to do. I wish you well, the students that have had the opportunity to study in this great institution, and wish you success as you prepare for your exams and all the work that you do in your institution. Finally, Your Excellency, is just to say that your coming here is not in vain. Perhaps maybe, and I'll say this because I'm among the youngest of leaders that are here, many of you may have forgotten what it feels as a student to see leadership stand before you. There is a spark and there is a fire that lights up in the heart and the mind of a student when they see leaders before them. It encourages them to be better. It makes them to dream and realize that they can too be great, just like the students said in the poem that they shared with us here. So thank you for finding time to visit with our girls. Finally, Your Excellency, I agree with what the leader of the majority in the National Assembly has said about the need for you to be firm so that we can have sanity in our country. We cannot have a country, Your Excellency, where people fear to walk freely and go about their business. I want to request even our colleagues in the media to bear with our police officers, because I watched the news yesterday and I see the kind of criticism that is being leveled on our police officers without realizing the difficult work that they have to do. Some of them are facing hardcore criminals that are coming to them with machete, stones, and they are throwing them at our police officers. In fact, I want to challenge you as a media. The same way you are showing people that have been hurt on the demonstration, please visit Mbagathi Hospital and see the number of police officers that are lying in beds. Some of them have been cut, some of them have been shot at by criminals, some of them have gone through very difficult. Police officers are people's children as well. So as they do their work, let us give them the support that they need. The challenge about one or two that maybe have done one or two things that we don't agree with is a challenge that we have everywhere, because in every institution, challenges will be there. So, Your Excellency, stay firm together with your deputy as you secure the dreams of these young people by giving them a country that they can excel in. I thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I now invite the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya to make his remarks, and I invite His Excellency the President. Welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, Your Lordship, the Bishop, leaders present, the Chief Principal, and the girls, God is good, and all the time. Hi, girls. Your Excellency, today I will not say anything because I'm in a situation that I'm not able to say much. I normally, I'm a truthful person. And the truth of the matter is that I'm very shy to face so many girls. So kwa leo tu acha tu, sababu unajua hakuna mtu hana weakness yake. We may look very strong there, lakini with all these girls looking at me, I'm not able to say much. But I heard the chairman say that I should take care of something on Sunday. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, the way you clapped and cheered, it must be something very good. So whatever it is that he asked me to do, I'll do. Your Excellency, even I'm not able to face these girls, as I look down, I want to thank you on behalf of government and the people of Kenya for your leadership and strategic guidance in restoring sanity in our republic. Your Excellency, on the 13th of September last year, in Kasarani, before God and man, you took the Bible and swore to protect the Constitution, and in that very Constitution, there is a provision to protect life and property, and that is what you have done, Your Excellency. Kenya can now move forward, and Your Excellency, the decisions that you have made that have been ably been implemented by those below you brings to an end the politics of blackmail in our country. The use of violence for leaders to force themselves into government. Your Excellency, the situation is now for everybody to know that the only route to government is only one, the ballot box. And that brings an end to that chapter, and we ask those people now to go back to the drawing board and prepare for the next general election in 2027. I want to say, Your Excellency, I want to encourage our officers in uniform, the gallant men and women who have lived up to their oath of office to protect life and property from criminals. We want to urge our officers to stay put and not to be bothered by unnecessary criticism. And if those people do not want the police on the streets, all they need to do is keep off the streets. Had they not come to the streets, our policemen would not have left the police lines. So they are the ones who have invited them. And I want to say the police are available for open invitation any day. So if you don't want them to have an engagement with them, please don't invite them. But don't sit there and imagine that you can destroy property, kill people, and then the police can come and kiss you. It will not happen. Tuongee ukweli. Wewe kama hutaki muambiane maneno na polisi, wewe kaa kwako nyumbani. There's no policeman who will come to your house. So we want to urge our officers, and I particularly want to thank the Regional Commissioner Central Kenya, the Police Commander Central Kenya, and all the commanders, and all our security and intelligence committees within this region, the 5 counties, for a good job that you did to protect life and property and to restore hope to the people of this region. We want to say thank you. Our political leaders, I want to thank you in a special way, because you said you cannot remain in Nairobi when your people are being butchered and brutalized by criminals. And we want to urge you to take care of the people who elected you. With those very many remarks, I request you to be upstanding and help me welcome the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Mr. President.
Basi, asanteni sana. Tafadhali tuketi.
For a good job that you did to protect life and property and to restore hope to the people of this region. We want to say thank you. Our political leaders, I want to thank you in a special way, because you said you cannot remain in Nairobi when your people are being butchered and brutalized by criminals. And we want to urge you to take care of the people who elected you. With those very many remarks, I
idea mambo ya maji. Na hawa viongozi wengine wote tupange internship na lazima tupange ajira. Na ndio sababu katika agenda yetu, na mimi nataka niwashukuru sana watu wa Murang'A. Mmenipatia watu ambao wanafanya kazi na mimi in the transformation of Kenya. Hapa mjumbe wenu ndio mwenyekiti wetu wa budget. Yeye ndiye anapanga budget yote na kamati yake ya Kenya. Kutoka hapa Murang'A mmenipatia waziri ambaye anapanga mambo ya finance na kuhakikisha kwamba projects yetu yote inasonga mbele. kutoka hapa Murang'A mumenipatia mtu ya kukusanya ushuru. Kuna wengine wananiita Zakayo, lakini Zakayo mwenyewe yuko hapa. Na ni kwa sababu ni kwa sababu nimekataa mambo ya madeni. Nimesema hatuwezi kuendesha taifa letu kutumia madeni. Ni bidii yetu kukusanya ushuru yetu kama Wakenya. Na ushuru inakusanywa kwa sababu hata kwa Biblia inakubaliwa kwamba nchi inaendeshwa na ushuru. Kwa hivyo mimi nawashukuru sana kwa kushirikiana pamoja na mimi, na mmenipatia viongozi wengi mashujaa ambao wanafanya kazi na mimi. Waziri Alice ananisaidia mambo ya maji, na hawa viongozi wengine wote wananisaidia katika hiyo kazi, kwa sababu tunataka kuhakikisha kwamba tunabadilisha Kenya. Vile vile ningependa kusema kwa kifupi, nimhakikishie my brother Irungu Kang'ata ya kwamba hiyo kazi anafanya ya health uko na support yetu 100%. Na hivi karibuni ile pesa mnalipa ya NHIF, sasa tunaenda bunge na tunataka kubadilisha sheria na tupangilishe mfumo ili tuhakikisha kwamba sisi wote tunabeba mzigo wa kutoshana na kila mtu kwa mambo yetu ya afya. Vile niliwaeleza, ile watu wa chini zaidi tutawapunguzia gharama ya NHIF kutoka shilingi 500 mnateremusha ikuje 300 hapo. Na tunapanga saa hizi, na sisi ambao tunapata mshahara yetu iko juu kidogo, tutaongeza sisi tulipe kiwango ya juu kidogo, ndio tuhakikisha kwamba we can carry the majority of Kenyans and make sure that health becomes